Automatic Bar Machine Operator Training Program. Lesson number 10, Recessing Attachment. The recessing attachment is one of many attachments that can be used with the New Britain automatic bar machine. This television training tape will show you the correct procedure for mounting and for making the basic adjustments to the recessing attachment. The recessing attachment is used to cut inside diameters. There are two motions to a recessing tool. It is fed inside the part to a specific depth and then moved to the side to cut into the part. There are two types of recessing attachments, the universal type and the swing type. This is a universal recessing attachment. It is activated only by a draw rod fastened to the power case with this block. The attachment is mounted to the tool slide. As the tool slide moves forward, the draw rod connected to the attachment slides through the block in the power case wall until these adjusting nuts are reached. The purpose for the adjusting nuts is to establish the location of cut inside the part. The nuts stop the forward travel of the top portion of the recessing attachment. The base of the attachment continues forward with the tool slide. This forward movement of the base causes the top portion to move sideways, causing the tool to cut into the part. This device on the top of the attachment is the automatic greaser. Its purpose is to provide lubrication to the internal parts of the attachment. This swing-type recessing attachment works similarly, except that it also offers the possibility of being activated by a cross slide. The swing-type attachment can be activated two ways, by a draw rod or a cross slide. When using the draw rod, the attachment moves forward to the stopping point set on the draw rod. A cam inside the attachment causes this shaft to rotate. This causes the tool holding block to turn and feed the tool into the part to make a cut. After the cut is made, the attachment is drawn back, which causes the tool to return. The assembly is withdrawn to allow indexing. When the swing-type attachment is activated by a cross slide, the cross slide moves into this button, which causes the recessing tool to cut into the part being machined. The swing-type recessing attachment is used to hold closer tolerances or to make heavier cuts. Your layout sheet will tell you which type of recessing attachment to use. The remainder of this tape will show you how to set up the universal recessing attachment. The bench adjustment for this recessing attachment starts by setting the amount of side travel. Loosen these two nuts on top of the attachment. They have these graduated scales. These two screws on the left will turn the graduated disc under the nut on the left. The other screws turn the disc of the other nut. The scale is turned by loosening one screw, then tightening the other until the proper point on the disc is reached. Then tighten up both screws to lock it in position. Then tighten the large nuts again when both discs are the same. This adjustment will set the depth of cut of the attachment. This chart on page 445 of the New Britain Model 62 Instruction Manual will give you the relationship between the graduated disc reading and the rate at which the recessing tool will cut into the part. These surfaces must be parallel after the adjustment of side travel. To be sure the sides are parallel, measure with a caliper. Now you can mount the attachment to the machine. Remove all dirt and chips from the attachment base and tool slide surfaces. Mount the attachment base to the tool slide. Use the required number of holding bolts. Do not fully tighten these bolts at this time. Attach the draw rod stop block to the power case wall. The block has spring-loaded pins inside. Slide the draw rod through the block. Then attach the stop nut and locking nut on the rod end. Insert the recessing tool and set it for center in the tool holder. This is done by placing a gauge or straight edge on the lip against the vertical edge and rotating the tool to contact the gauge. Secure the recess tool by tightening this Allen screw. Hand crank the tool slide to its most forward position, or the dwell on the high point of the feed cam. Slide the tool holder on the attachment until the tool can enter the part. Allow about 20 thousandths of an inch clearance between the cutting edge of the tool and the part. Slide the base of the attachment along the tool slide to position the recessing tool for the proper location inside the stock. Set the course adjustment for this location of cut by turning the stop nut on the draw rod until the pins drop into the detent on the nut. Hand crank the attachment back from the part. Now slide the base of the recessing attachment a ½ inch forward and lock down the holding bolt securely. If the graduated discs are set on 3, you will get 75 thousandths of side travel. This should give you a depth of cut of about 55 thousandths. Fine adjustments for the location of cut should be made by loosening this Allen screw and turning this nut. Once the proper location is set, you can adjust for the proper depth of cut. Loosen the tool holder. If you only need a few thousandths, you can move the tool holder with this adjusting screw. For larger adjustments, the chart shown earlier will show you how much further forward you will need to move the attachment on the tool slide. You must adjust for location of cut first. If you set the depth of cut first, you will find you will need to readjust the depth when you finish adjusting for the location of cut. This occurs because the sideways motion, which causes cutting, only starts when the top portion of the attachment stops moving forward. If you change the location at which it stops, you will also change the depth it will cut. This completes your television training tape on the recessing attachment. You may watch this tape as many times as you need. Return to the operator booklet for your next step when you are finished.